Hello everyone, welcome back. So yesterday's video was not my greatest work ever. I got so focused on the roadmap that I didn't even realize that anything else had been announced or released or whatever. There were a couple of very important things that were in fact announced, so let's go over those in today's video. The first thing is this performance updates and bug fixes news here. There are some bug fixes right here, performance updates, bug fixes, that kind of stuff. You can read through the list here. The part that I'm most interested in is today's update is primarily aimed at preparing the game for the upcoming Nature's Calling Quest event. And then this right here created a toggleable on-screen guide for new players to access through the Emily guidance to quickly reference game controls. So let's talk about that first. They also improved goals, UI elements to streamline player experiences through various situations, events, holidays, and discovery quests, but this is the thing that you're going to notice. I gotta find my game. There it is. This is the thing that you're going to notice first. And let's just pop into this lot that I was playtesting. And what we want is game options. And if you go to tutorials and tips, I have it turned off right now. It's on by default. Also, it's set to for rent down here by default. For my game, the only options are base game and for rent. I don't mess with that because I don't know what that is and I don't care about the game tips all that much anyways. Except this. This is actually pretty interesting little tip thing that sits on your screen to remind you of some basic hotkeys. So I've turned it on, enable help center icon and controls legend. Let's apply changes and then close that. It did not work. Oh, right, you have to be in build mode. There we go. Right here, a build mode legend of hotkeys. So obviously to rotate objects, you can just grab and drag and twist, or you can use the arrow keys, the comma and the period to turn objects. R is the design tool, so if we hit that, that brings up this right here. That allows you to change the color swatch of the item. Delete will sell an item if you're holding onto it. If you're not holding onto it, you want the sledgehammer, which is this here, and the button K, and then you can delete it that way. Control Z obviously undoes that. So yeah, it's just a quick reference guide right there to some small building tip hotkeys. The Nature's Calling event. So I did not see this yesterday, and I really don't know how I missed it other than my daughter has been sick. I mean, you can see her chair in the background where she's been hanging out with me with her heating blanket and everything. And we've had power outages, we've had internet outages. It's been a rough couple of weeks around here. Plus, Twitter wasn't working. And I did not see this on Discord, which is usually my backup for Twitter when I'm not seeing things on Twitter. But I didn't see it there either, which was really weird. Anyways, it says, follow the whispers on the wind and unlock new woodworking and nature-themed rewards, including the new reclaimed woodworking table just for logging in. So you simply log in and you get this right here. Then I'm assuming you will have to do some things to get this and what looks like a wallpaper there. That's week 1. Week 2 is a chair. Looks like some new cast items and a new meal. mushrooms, some other various vegetables, kind of like maybe a vegetable salad without the lettuce, although it's hard to tell what that little green stuff there is. Then week 3, it looks like we get new music. Stop scrolling, mouse. It looks like we get new music, a new sort of rustic wood table, another tattoo that's interesting. And then week 4 looks like we get some kind of outhouse of some sort, some new rock decorative pieces, some more cast items, in this case, shoes. And then they've started doing this with their more regular events, giving us collectibles that we get every week, I think, or something like that. Yeah, 4 weeks, 4 collectibles. Yeah, that makes sense. So once a week, when we've collected every item, we get the collectible. In this case, decorative, like sleeved, like collector's edition magazines, nature magazines, I guess. So that's interesting. It goes on to say, get ready for a free limited time event that begins June 24th and ends on August 5th. So that tells me that potentially the next expansion pack won't maybe be out until August. Usually the events are run in the time leading up to, but do not overlap with, as far as I can remember, a new release. As far as I can remember. Now, I could be wrong about that. I'm thinking specifically about Blast from the Past and Reaper's Rewards. And Life and Death didn't come out until after Reaper's Rewards finished. And I'm fairly certain we didn't get the re-release of The Sims 1 and Sims 2 until after the Blast from the Past event finished as well. So that tells me that if we are getting a summer expansion pack, which it sounds like we are, and this very much gives fairies, which is the leak that was on Twitter not so long ago. It's probably not coming out until after August 5th, or right around August 5th, where you'll need to venture into the great outdoors and hone your handiness skill to uncover a long hidden secret of nature. Now, I have no idea what that could mean. They had an event years and years ago with the whole plant sim thing. And then once the event was over, plant sims and all of that came with that just kind of sat hidden in the game files and was never used again or anything. And at some point, and I don't remember exactly when, maybe around the time of cottage living or something, they decided to give people access to the magic beans to put into the stump for the plant sim through rare seed packets. And so we kind of have plant sims in the game, but unlike other occults and stuff, it's not as well known. Most people don't know it's there. Most people don't know how to do it, how to access it. Most people have, like, there's nothing in the game that indicates, much like some of the hidden worlds, if you saw that video, that there's anything to do with plant sims or what plant sims are, what they do, or anything. Basically, it is a very well hidden feature, is what I'm trying to say. This kind of, since it was a hidden secret feature and it's like naturey and whatever, maybe they're trying to bring the plant sims more to the front. Maybe they're going to expand on them in the base game update that leads up to the new possibly fairies expansion pack. That's all I can think of. Because plant sims are already there and they were more or less a free base game update that was just never really all that talked about. I feel like they're gonna make a greater deal out of them now. And that's what this is talking about. Long hidden secret of nature. Most people don't know it's there. I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but that's what it feels like to me. One faithful day you hear a faint voice as you step outside. The voice is fleeting and is soon gone, as if carried away by the wind itself. Still you long to hear it again, and so you journey forth to discover the source of the whispers. Your adventure will be rewarded throughout the event with new free items such as the wooden throne outhouse, this new off-the-grid toilet. Okay, off the grid, nice. I love that. Can be the perfect place for Sims to handle their business out of doors, or even a spot for a little restaurant rendezvous. Okay, new woohoo spot. We talked about that in yesterday's video, going over our speculations and stuff. So there we go with that. How does it work? Open live mode with an existing or new household. Your sim will soon hear barely audible whispers in the wind, encouraging them to spend his time outdoors and get in touch with nature, all with the hopes of hearing the mysterious voice again. As you progress, you'll spend more time outdoors, level up your handiness with new woodworking recipes, and uncover the mysteries of nature. The more quests you complete, the more event points and rewards you'll earn. The event will run for a total of 6 weeks. They usually run it a couple extra weeks for people that started late or whatever, or missed a week. And then this just gives you an explainer on how to do it. Like all the previous events, we'll get that thing up in the upper corner that will tell us what to do next and where to go and all that kind of stuff. It really is a quest, a line of quests, kind of like event quests in a way, in-game, like weddings and birthday parties and stuff like that. You get that thing up in the corner that says, have 5 Sims chat, dance 5 times, that kind of stuff. It's similar to that if you haven't seen it before. In this one, and I don't remember seeing this particular thing before, but it says Nature's Calling optional goals. Throughout the Nature's Calling event, you'll have opportunities to earn extra event points through optional goals. These optional goals require you to own certain Sims 4 expansion packs in order to complete them, but fret not, none of these goals are required to complete the Nature's Calling quest, and all non-consumable rewards will be earned by all Simmers. Completing these goals will simply award bonus event points, allowing you to unlock rewards slightly faster and claim additional consumable rewards. These optional goals will be clearly denoted in the quest panel. Okay, we did have that in the Blast from the Past thing, and it's really not that big of a deal. I didn't really notice, like, these are the expansion packs that could potentially become part of it. I didn't really notice. I just went through and did all of the quests, and yes, I did end up with extra points at the end, which at the time I had completely forgotten that they were doing this part, and so I was really confused, but I realized later that it was just extra points for having extra quests. To be honest with you, I don't understand the point of that unless there's some kind of thing keeping record behind the scenes, and if you build up extra points, you get something maybe in the future for it. Otherwise, I really don't see the point in this all that much, but I'm sure they have a reason for it. So here's week 1. Do it yourself with the reclaimed woodworking table. Look fly while rocking the Odonata glasses. I did not say that right, I don't think. Give your living space a rustic makeover with the reclaimed wood wall. Okay, I thought it was bricks at first, but it's reclaimed wood. Got it. And then the Touch Grass Weekly issue 1 is the new collectible. For week 2, again, we get the reclaimed wood dining chair woodworking recipe. Okay, a new recipe for the woodworking table. Nice. Flowering fronds swimwear. Okay, we are getting new swimwear after all, but this one kind of makes sense. So I was sort of on the right path with my last video. Foraged feast food recipe. What'd I tell you? I knew there was new food coming. They were featuring food in the roadmap, and new food is coming. Okay, so I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. Touchgrass Weekly issue 2. And then a new nature soundscapes radio station. Oh, is that like an ambience ASMR type thing? I've been working on some ASMR ambience long form, like long form videos for more JSimLady from The Sims, if you're interested in those. If you'd rather I put them here on the main channel, let me know. Otherwise, I put all of that stuff on my second channel. Reclaimed wood dining table woodworking recipe. Okay, these aren't just new furniture pieces, they're actually new recipes for the woodworking table. So that's really cool. If you can get those, you'll have more of a reason to use the woodworking table now after all these years. The Rings of Growth tattoo, Touchgrass Weekly issue 3. And then the wooden throne outhouse, which is not a recipe, it's just an outside toilet. Cover stones, decorative rocks. And then the shoes that we were talking about. And then Touchgrass Weekly issue 4. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, yeah, this is what it's gonna look like, by the way. This is the thing that comes up to tell you there are event quests, and then these are the quests that you follow. So, yeah, I was kind of on the right path with yesterday's video without even seeing any of this. And I knew some of it had to be hinting at The Sims 4. I just knew it. New food. I'm a little bit stunned that I was able to work some of that stuff out without even seeing this, honestly. But yeah, so I just wanted to give that quick update today because I did miss it yesterday with yesterday's video, but I'm kind of glad I did now because I was able to do all of that speculating and everything and sort of stew on it for a day and then come back and see this later and see which areas I was right and which areas I was wrong about. The only thing we are not seeing with this is the like tropical drinks and stuff like that. The water, there was a lot of water in that image. I think those have to do with the Sims free play update that's happening. So, yeah, those are my thoughts and feelings on all the updates that have come out this week. Again, we will be getting The Sims 4, a roadmap just for The Sims 4 for the summer next week on Thursday. So come back for that video. I appreciate you stopping by and checking out my videos even when I make a mess of everything. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!